Total Klyntar Catalyst it will take to rank up the summon Symbiote. No objective, no champ, anti-Venom for some players still. Kabam are taking the Guillotine Meh buff feedback seriously and much more. Yeah, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news show for Monday. Why not hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done already to the channel? So, hello everybody. Crazy old week it's been, and I feel like we still haven't stopped. As I've still got between like 4 to 6 side event based things to post before we then get into Act 7.3. Now, before we get into the show, something that I usually do is give thanks. Thank you so much to those that are a Patreon and a YouTube member of the channel. You're on screen right now. Thank you for helping out the channel financially for all this time. Even Old Man Rants, who's Henry, has been supporting the channel for 4 years. So thank you so much. And a lot of you have been supporting over a year, 2 years in some cases. Also, I will be back live streaming on Twitch tonight. A little bit of MCOC. If we get time to stream something else, we will do. With Tuesday being all about Call of Duty Warzone with the lads. And then on Wednesday, we'll be back to Act 7.3. So thanks to those that give the Amazon Prime free Twitch sub. Also, those that give Tier 1 subs, Tier 2 subs, bits, and donations. Thank you very much for supporting the channel as well. Now, we kick things off with a little bit of a reminder about 2 things. First of all, that the podcast is now live. So if you want to listen to episode 75 of the Contest Round podcast, and we actually filmed a very special live edition over on the YouTube channel yesterday. If you weren't about for that stream, you missed that. A lot of people came in and didn't really understand. It's a podcast. It's a long form discussion piece. We even put a Q&A at the end. It was quite weird. People were coming in and going, what's this? What's this? It's podcast. Have you not heard what a podcast is? Yeah. Podcast, live, recorded yesterday. So go and check that out. The video, all links are in the description down below. And the second reminder is Marvel Insider. That rhymes, and you can't deny that. But in any case, what is going on? What have they got this time? Well, looks like we've got Grandmaster Cosmic Eclipse Crystal, Health Boost. Ooh, level 2 Revive times 3, level 3 Health Potion times 5, and 3 energy refills. This may be a good month if people are looking for some extra materials, and especially with that being 125,000. It's yeah, it might cost you a bit, but this for 30,000 is 3 level 1 revives, 5 level 2 health potions. I mean, just for the revives alone, it's like that's really nice. That's like there's 3 solo events already done and dusted. So 1 energy refills, but the other one I want to say is full energy refills. So that's something that could be quite good. It's got quantities. Can you purchase like more than one? No, only 1 quantity of it. Right, okay. But there we go. Like those are on at the moment, as well as some activities if you're interested. Okay, now over to the Guillotine buff. As a lot of you know, Guillotine was recently updated, and it's one of these buffs that's similar to Hood. It just hasn't gone down as well as it should have done, which is incredibly disappointing for such a huge champion for this game from a point of an originality standpoint that was created, but also from a fact that this is kind of the poster champion for Marvel Contest of Champions in Kabam. So having her not hit the same way that she used to feels massively flat and disappointing. Some players have even likened this to being a nerf in places, because sometimes it just doesn't feel like there's much going on for it, especially for the point of rotations, quick burst damage, and some of the synergies that she used to have with her. They used to, well, take out champions in a matter of hits, whereas now you're kind of pushing over 100 hits with a 5-star to do what you could have done prior, but with synergies, and have it done in, I don't know, say 50 or so hits, depending on what mastery setup you had. Now, Kabam have been somewhat quiet on the situation of response to, say, the criticism that has been levelled at them because of the mistakes with Guillotine's buff. This is the first time I've seen any kind of response, and Kabam Zibbit says, hey there, I just wanted to thank those who have taken the time to give their constructive thoughts, feedback and suggestions, and assure them that they are being passed along to the rest of the team for review, along with other data that is being gathered. And that hopefully will encourage Kabam to re-look at the buff the same way that it did with Hood and create something that is a lot better. Now, yeah, we'll take this with a pinch of salt, because at the end of the day, this could go absolutely nowhere. I'm not going to hold my breath on this, because well, look at some of the situations where you think there would be response to stuff, and there just isn't. You look at the fact that there was incorrect information about the quest numberings of like the side event, which if you go into it, it's different to what Kabam announced. And will Kabam do any compensation for it? No, they won't give any additional entries. So as I said, I'm not going to hold my breath on getting something good from them when it comes to, like, say, a Guillotine rework. But yeah, in this day of scuff, unfortunately, you gotta have hope, and I'll keep hope. If I hear anything, I'll let you know, of course. Now, moving on to something that is incredibly important. We're coming close to, like, the next 2 days, we're coming close to a week where players are still having problems with getting their anti-venom and summon Symbiote. So this is just an absolute, well, I don't know really what to describe it without swearing, but yeah, it is a shit show. Yeah, it is a shit show when it comes to this. And I do think that Kabam will kind of learn their lessons with it. The biggest problem with doing a 2-month type event where they kind of go, okay, this works, it doesn't. As Dan was saying yesterday in the podcast, the idea of doing something that you don't think that you're doing, but then doing the objectives is normally the best way to go without having to do some kind of like exploratory treasure hunt, which, you know, at times that's cool, but if the treasure hunt works based on, you know, it being quite a simple one, I suppose like the red rooms where you just did like a duel a day and it's like, oh, I've done it, and it's like, that's when the red room objectives were there and like it worked. This one is kind of not like that, and it just goes to very much kind of grindy objectives. But any case, back to the facts, and that is there are still players out there that have not received that anti-venom and summon Symbiote, and are indeed seeing things like this, where it's locked in progression of certain other things as well. So what's the deal? How does this get sorted? Well, I know that somebody that contacted me over the weekend said that they did the final September objective, so they did one difficulty string, and that's like saying, okay, well, they did week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5 of like all of Uncollected or all of Cavalier, and they didn't have anything appear. It took 24 hours for that to appear. If you've restarted your game and it's not there, right, then that could be a problem with Kabam's end. But at the same time, it may be a case of like tracking wise, it may take a little bit of a while for it to click in. I'm not 100% sure if Kabam are ignoring the support tickets for it. I don't know, because I don't know what goes on with Kabam, and I don't know when people are kind of like sending their support tickets, because I haven't physically seen a number to go, all right, okay, well, that's a support ticket they've done. But if you are doing support tickets and Kabam aren't answering, then make sure to kind of like, you know, send them through to myself or any content creator that might be in the CCP, so we can try and see if we can like help out and liaise. But try and wait a little while, restart your game to see if they appear. But there are definitely people out there that are kind of experiencing lack of getting their anti-venom and other stuff. And Kabam's, if it says here, hey there, as Sam have mentioned, the training day, special forces, Dream Team, Nightmare Fuel and final preparation objectives would all need to be completed in order to get your 3-star anti-venom and 1-star summon Symbiote. And yeah, like that's the case of just saying that that's the string, that's the week 1 to week 5 is what I think that's referring to. Yeah, I just think that it's taking weird timings of stuff. Some people are saying it's taking longer, some aren't even receiving it full stop, and then there seems to be some errors as well. So there's a whole smorgasbord of problems. As I said, raise a support ticket and send that support ticket into, as I said, somebody in the CCP. You can send it to me, it's up to you, and then we'll see about kind of like getting that to the correct sources. But as I said, somebody did a support ticket, they then didn't get an answer. They waited 24 hours after doing the September objectives, the string, week 1 to week 5, and then boom, it appeared. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, I think, between game bug, problem with players kind of tracking with players device, or no, players kind of progression tracking with stuff with Kabam. So yeah, whole smorgasbord of problems, but it seems to be getting a bit better. It's just there's some that are still suffering at the moment. Now let's move our attentions over to the summon Symbiote, Little Steve. As a lot of you know, ranking him up can be a lot of fun and also quite important when it comes to you know, using him in Cosmic Horror, because that's what you might want to do. You might even want to take him into some of the other quests for this month, as he can be incredibly potent and have some decent kind of like interaction, which can be, you know, relatively quite helpful. Some of his pre-fights as well can be of benefit depending on what he's going up against. So you can have a summon symbiote for all seasons, but the time in which it takes to do that is going to be, again, quite important to understand. Kabam have confirmed that the volume of Klyntar Catalysts are as follows when it comes to building up the rank. So rank 1, 24 as we know, 48, which is very, very soon. I've still got to do one more run of the side event in order to kind of get some more Klyntar Catalysts. So 240 is needed total to reach rank 5, okay? So that is going to take not a super substantial, but a good amount of runs in order to kind of like benefit from getting that rank 4 to rank 5. So towards the end of the month, it may be benefit for you to go, oh, I'll go into Cosmic Horror with my rank 1. I guess you don't have to. You could just muddle through with Cosmic Horror as it is. But then it is completely up to you how you want to experience that. Does an extended rank give you more of a potency in the way that you're kind of going to be doing some of the quests? Maybe, possibly. You know, we saw as soon as you get like hit in when I was doing my video for it, like game over. But at the same time, you may have a bit of fun. It may be kind of nice to kind of like train up with him. Maybe a rank 4 would be sufficient enough, which a rank 4 you'd get there sooner than later. But also like 240 needed in order to rank 5 is quite a bit, especially if we're considering we only get 10 a time, 10 Klyntar Catalysts a time, and you're like, okay, well, if I just do the Cosmic Eclipse, that's going to be 24 runs before I'm then able to go in. So it does put you not close to the end of the month, but definitely gives you some time where you're like, oh, I'm pretty tight on time. I'm going to have to go in and do this as soon as possible. So you do you at the end of the day when it comes to choice of champion as to, well, not choice of champion, but choice of when you go into Cosmic Horror and the rank that you choose for that summon symbiote. And for those interested on like how that's evolved, well, it used to be a case that you'd only need, a lot less. 15 Klyntar Catalysts plus 5, that's 20 plus 3 plus 24. So 24 total. It's all changed. Back not what it was in 2018, you know, back in my day. And now let's finish off with arena results and predictions for the Selector and as well Jabari Panther. So based on the info that I have, and this is just like trying to find out that there's not like a huge amount of info out there, this is the results that I have managed to pick up. So for Jabari Panther, 73 mil was enough for position 37, so I got the 6-star. 18 mil, 376 got the 5-star. 15.5 mil, 497 position got the 5-star. So there's a lot of lower cutoffs, but it's difficult to get the 6-star close to that 100 mark. That's a bit of a problem at the moment. So make sure to tune back to or look at Marvel True Cost later on where the results are posted. That'll give some info. And also that's done through Arena Night on Reddit. So Selector wise, 66 mil for position 100. So that's the 6-star Selector. They got Thorax and whatnot. 41 mil is the only result I can find on info that gives an idea of the Selector for 5-star, which I've seen 185 position. So it's a bit of a tough one at the moment to do predictions, but here's me taking a stab for round 2. 70 mil I'm sticking with, the same one with round 1 for the Selector. The 5-star Selector, 35 mil, it kind of feels like it's coming in. It may even be like close to like 25 to 30 mil, but we don't have the full results to give you that info just yet. Jabari Panther, 6-star, 65 mil. It kind of looks correct, close to what 73 mil will give the position 37. But again, we don't have sufficient information to get that kind of full idea of cutoff. And then the 5-star Jabari Panther, 20 mil. That seems right because it went very low as a 5-star. But there have been my predictions for round 2. And thank you indeed for watching Marvel Contest of Champions news show for Monday. We'll see you on Wednesday for the next show. But there's lots of content to be posted. The Cavalier cheat sheet's got to come out, boss battles and champion options to take down the bosses. My god, lots of content still to be posted. Appreciate you all and see you all later on. Bye bye.